Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You know what, ne? When South Africans say, hey, hey, we don't have money, hey, hey, this Ramaphosa economy is got us in a chokehold, hey, hey, we can't afford anything. What they really, really mean is that they can't afford other things. But when it comes to their favorite artists, trust and believe they will show up and they will show off. Tell me why and how did Chris Brown's ticket sales become sold out within 4 hours? And those tickets are not cheap, guys. Like they start from 500 bucks to like 5,000 rand. Where did South Africans get 500 within 4 hours? You guys are moneyed. You guys are moneyed. So while listening to the radio this afternoon, there was a lady from an organization called Women for Change who was basically saying that they are against Chris Brown coming to perform in Joburg and purely because of the GBV stigma that he has. So during the interview, what I could get from it is that the source or the base of the argument is the infamous Rihanna incident that took place in 2009. So the interviewer did ask a very important question to say, don't you think that this person is rehabilitated? Do you think he has the ability to change? And that lady did not have a specific answer for that. So I did try to record the interview. So obviously there's a little bit of noise, but I think you guys will be able to hear it. So listen to it and tell me what you think about this in the comment section.
An online petition. They would like to see US singer Chris Brown, who's got concerts planned for Johannesburg in December, prevented from coming into the country. They make reference to his involvement in gender-based violence, notably his assault on his former partner and singer Rihanna in 2009. In 2010, for example, Brown was actually forced to postpone his UK tour after being denied a visa to enter the country due to that assault case. There have been other legal matters that Chris Brown has been involved in as well. Bulelwa Adonis is a spokesperson for the organization Women for Change and joins us now. Ms. Adonis, welcome and thanks very much for your time. You're saying that the government should not give him a visa and that people should contact the concert organizers and ask them to reconsider. Why do you feel so strongly about this? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John. Thank you so much for having us as Women for Change here. I really appreciate that. To answer your question, I think it's pretty simple. As Red Capital of the World, as a country who has 5 times the global average in terms of femicide rates, that alone is quite telling of the pandemic that has enslaved this country of ours. And to allow someone who has a history in alignment to the pandemic that kills us the most, it sends a very daunting message to not just us as women, but I'm saying our country as a whole. So that's why we feel so strongly about it.
Have you engaged with big concerts at all? I mean, they're selling tickets in huge numbers, so much so that they've added an additional show. Have you tried to contact them, or if you've succeeded, what has the conversation been?
No. So they haven't reached out to us. Nor have we reached out to them as yet. So I think as a team, our intention is, our initial goal for the petition was 5,000 signatures. Last time I checked, I think it was 6,300 or 7,500, in between one of those two. But we've decided that as a team that once the signatures get to a certain point, whichever that point is, only then will we go to places like, big concerts and, like your home affairs, etc. So we've had no contact with them yet.
I haven't followed the story as closely as perhaps I should in regard to Chris Brown, but I mentioned some of the issues that have made it into the news. Has he at any point indicated that he's considered seriously what he's done, and that he's said about trying to change himself either through therapeutic processes or anything else? I suppose the reason I'm asking this is, are you convinced that he is an unreconstructed violator of women, or do you believe people can change?
Sure. I personally would be lying to you if I said that as of recently I did a deep dive in terms of research of what he's doing recently, although I do know that he has a documentary coming up soon which will reveal a lot of things that none of us really know.
Right.
But I will say this, I will quote, in fact, I'll paraphrase one of the comments we got on our post, which basically this lady, basically, she was quoting what Chris Brown had said in one of his interviews. And I think it sounded like it was a recent interview, but essentially she said that he said, for those who still hate me about what I did a few years ago, you guys can kiss my behind. That is essentially what she said. And the way she described that was, so she used that reference, and obviously a reference like that is more on the negative side.
Sure.
Not believing that someone will change. But like, I think in the climate that we're in, with things like, P. Diddy and where we find ourselves now, not being strict, especially as a country like ours, where we obtain the title like rape capital of the world, where in a country like ours, as a woman, you're most likely to get raped than getting an education. I think that it's important that we're not, how do I explain this? We're not too accessible to any and everybody.
Yes.
So I think rehabilitation is different for different people.
Right.
It's hard for me to answer such a question because I don't know him on a personal level.
Right.
I also study psychology, so I understand that different people will receive therapy differently, So I don't think I can answer that question as to say because I don't know him. But from like a comment like that, if that attitude still maintained, I don't think that's something that should be in our country entertaining us for a couple of hours, because when he comes and when he leaves, GBV will still be here.
Bulelwa Adonis, thank you very much. She's spokesperson for the organization Women for Change. Well, the issue is very much